Hey guys, it's Nutcase, and in today's video, it's the last picture I did for April rewards for my Patreon. So again, this is my character, and like, I go through a couple things with this because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So yeah, you'll see me change up the pose a bit and stuff like that. And yeah. This ended up being a lot different than how I normally draw this character even. You'll see like in the final form it's like, I feel like she looks more mature in this one than she does in the others, so maybe this is like later on down the road after she's done some adventuring or something. I don't know for sure. I don't 100% have her story planned out yet, but I've been really enjoying drawing her. She's been kind of the thing I go to whenever I don't know what to draw. I just draw her, and yeah, I don't have too much to say about this picture other than that, like about just the little bit of different style, but it was just, I was drawing her and that's kind of how it happened. I didn't really have a plan to make her look different, but just the elements I end up using, like making her hair bigger and making her face a little bit more long than what I normally do. It really did change how she looked, and I really liked it. And since then I haven't really recreated that either. But yeah, I like that this is one that I did get to use for my Patreon, so. I absolutely love the 3 eyelashes that I give her. Like, that was something from the original drawing I did just kind of as a little like eyelash detail, and I was like, oh, I really like this, and so I've kept that through all the drawings I've done with her. And like, I'll add like other little eyelashes or whatever, but she has to have those 3 prominent ones because it's just like, that's how I draw her eyes. But yeah, I just really liked how this one came out. You'll see also later on in the video that I end up doing a background and everything for her, so like this, it's not like a super detailed background, mind you, but it's definitely more than what I've done before in the past, and it made me really happy with how it all turned out. I know you guys are probably like, she never says her name, she keeps saying her character and stuff. And that's because I always forget how I'm supposed to pronounce it. And it's my own character, and I forget how to pronounce it, but I think it's Oaysa? Oaysa? Or, not Oaysa, there's no W there. Oaysa, I think, is how it's supposed to be pronounced. The name was actually given to me by somebody else, and I just really liked how it looked, honestly. And I didn't think about spelling. But yeah, I don't know, like, she's just been kind of my go-to, like I said, character to draw nowadays. So like, whenever I just don't know what to draw, I draw her, just doing whatever. I think streaming earlier this week I drew her in kind of modern clothes instead of her fantasy clothes that I keep drawing her in. Like, that was the point of this picture as well, is I wanted to do a different outfit for her and not just have her in the same outfit I drew her in the reference sheet, and I think that might have been another reason why I made her look older or something. So maybe like during her travels she found this and just really liked it or something, I don't know. But I really like this style. I like the little loose sleeves on her. I feel like that's something that she would have. But there's still like hints of the old outfit, like with her, the shoulder bits, and also like the flaps in the front and back are both still there as well. And it's just, you know, it's still like, I feel like it's still the style that she would wear, but it's just something a little different and like a little more, I don't know, like, I don't know if I'd say upscale, but definitely something a little nicer. Like, she gets stockings, which I really liked having on her. I used kind of the same palette still because I feel like she'd still wear like those colors, and so like the blues and golds, like they really match her, and so I stick with that. So, and she still has her little horn ornament because I feel like that's a staple for her. But yeah, I really, later on in the art you'll see me doing the highlights and stuff on the gold, and I really liked how those turned out. And I also made these look a little more, I was messing with different brushes forgot about that. But I was trying to figure out what she was holding, because yeah, I didn't know what I would have her holding, and so I messed with it, and I was like, oh, a heart gem, that would be cute. And so like I do the heart shape and then just kind of, you know, cut off the sides, make it look more cut, and then start adding shines and like where, you know, it would be cut and whatnot. So I really liked how this part came out, honestly. Like this little bit was just random because I was streaming this as well, and so I was talking to people, and somebody was like, oh, have her holding a gem, and I was like, oh, that's a really cute idea, actually. And then here comes, in my opinion, the most boring part of the speed paint, where I do colored lines and do touch-ups. This is always like the part that I'm just like, oh, this takes so long to do, and it looks amazing, but like for speed paints, I don't know how you guys feel about it. Actually, if you guys want to, tell me in the comments if you don't mind this, because if you do, maybe in the future what I'll do is, for whenever I'm coloring the lines, I'll speed up even more so that area, or just even cut it out and just be like, oh, color the lines or something. But let me know, like, yeah, because I know whenever I'm recording voiceovers, I sit here and watch this and be like, man, this takes a long time. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think, if you guys want to. If not, I'll just keep leaving them in and just keep talking over them, I guess. But, yeah. This one is also a picture that I experimented with my shading style on a little bit more. So, like, I did technically cell shading on it, but what I did is I did, like, this gradient for the, I don't know if it's the base or, like, after I do it. And, it's just to give it, like, a little more depth, like, where she looks like she's standing in a place where it's a little darker besides where she's holding the gem. And so like her bottom area of her legs and stuff is darker than like the top area, because like that's all glowy effect and stuff. But I feel like it ended up coming out really cool, and this is here me trying to mess with it, because I'm trying to do like where the highlights would be because of the gem, and yeah, there we go. That's when I start messing with the gradients to do it. So like, no, I didn't like that, and so yeah, that's where I decided to do the shadow from. And so I take that color, which is, I believe, just like a solid, like, gray purple, or gray pink, and just start adding that on there. I believe at some point I start messing with the shades of pink that I use for the shading even, so even up at top, the top area, it's not as darkly like, darkened shades, like it's, you know, a little lighter. So I try to do something like that. I don't know if I could, I guess I could try to do something where I could just do that and then like it's on a gradient, so like it like goes away a little bit. I don't know, like that would be, I need to mess around with that some more, I think. But this was like the first time I was doing that, and so it was very interesting to try and get used to. And yeah, and man, do I love the the sparkle tool on Clip Studio, like for magic stuff. I just absolutely love that I have that, so I can be like, oh look, sparkles. And so like the little gem has little sparkles around it too, like it has the little glow but then also little sparkles. But yeah, this is the part where I'm like touching up the multiply layer and adding like the gold highlights like I was talking about earlier. I think like the gold highlights really add like a pop to her outfit, like all around, instead of just being you know, in one area or whatever. It looks nice because you can see where there's multiple sources of light. And here's me messing with the shading some more. And so yeah, so you can see like where it's a gradient, but like you can see the hard shadows like whenever I clip it on to normal instead of multiply. So yeah, like I really liked how that was looking. It took a lot longer than normal cell shading, but still less time than paint style, like the fully shaded style that I do. So I don't know, I might try it more in the future and stuff, but yeah. Oh, and here comes the background. I knew I needed to do something, and so I was just kind of messing around with shapes and like, again, the gradient tool to try and like, you know, just give some depth of feel. And so I was like, oh, well, let's make these pillars. I'll just add some rough highlights and stuff like that. And oh look, there's like, you know, the little connecting points of the pillars, and Yeah, so like it gave it more of like a background. It gave it like a fantasy feel by just having some pillars, because clearly she's in somewhere that there's pillars or something. So like, oh, where could she be? You know, is she in some kind of temple, or I don't know. It was something that I added, and I know that people talk about backgrounds helping pieces, and I just felt like this made it so she wasn't just standing there being like, ooh, shiny thing. So yeah, and then I ended up doing a texture on the background, which if you guys follow any of my art, you guys have seen that texture a lot, so yeah. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this piece, the extra prints are actually for sale on my Etsy. My Etsy will be linked down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it won't be so rambly. Talk to you guys then. Bye!